All right, I want to bring in Ben Hansen now, host of UFO Witness on Discovery Plus. Ben, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Natasha.
Ben, what are you hearing about how people are reacting to yesterday's congressional hearing?
So I'm actually sitting at Oshkosh, which is the largest aviation expo in the world, and behind me in my booth here, about every 5 minutes, I'm having people come up to talk to me about their UFO sightings and about the hearing. So I would say the UFO enthusiast, there wasn't any bombshell news there if you've been following the news, but it's like the neighbors of those people. My dad's now involved in this. The stories I'm hearing that people are being pulled in because it is in the news, and we do deserve to give a lot of credit to NewsNation. It was actually, if you listen during the hearings, NewsNation's interview of David Grush was entered as official testimony to the record. So that was pretty cool. So a lot of buzz, a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It seems there's always been a stigma, not just for lay people, but especially commercial air pilots when they want to talk about this. What do you hope Congress will do to help them report any sightings without fear of repercussions?
So there's been some groundwork that's been done through the National Defense Authorization Act in the last years that put in the language that protects the whistleblowers. In fact, that's why we were able, I think, to get people like David Grush to come forward. Contractors, former military, they have somewhat of those protections now. What we don't have yet is protecting civilians such as pilots, because there are other retributions that can come to them. For example, when they're reporting their company doesn't like that they've come out maybe on social media or talk to the FAA. We need protections for those pilots because the stigma is still very heavy. I have a lot of people telling me there's no way I'd report that, because of what my company might do to me or the FAA not liking the reports that I'm giving.
Yeah, I absolutely hear and understand that. And we want these truthful accounts and whistleblowers to come forward. I know, though, in your career, you have investigated cases that do turn out to be hoaxes. So if Congress establishes a way for the general public to start making reports, what do authorities need to do to filter out any fake claims that come through?
And that's a really tricky question, because as of right now, I think a lot of people assume that AARO, which is the DOD's, agency set up to receive reports, but it's only for military at this point. Military contractors, nothing for the civilian side, and they don't investigate per se. So there's nobody going out into the field to look at, let's say someone puts up a video on YouTube that, looks like it could be a hoax or not. The funding's not there. And so it's left up to people such as myself doing TV shows or UFO researchers on their own dime. And so that is a problem I think we'll need to address, because it's become way too easy for hoaxes to come forward.
Certainly. Do you think there should be more hearings going forward, or what should the next step be?
Absolutely. I would say with the caveat that we're hearing all this buzz, as you just reported, we're looking at more oversight committee hearings. We're hearing rumors that the Senate is planning their own, the Intelligence Committee, probably September, coming forward. So hearings will be coming. The problem, or I should say the caution I would give, is that we kind of pump the brakes on this. I think this first hearing went out very smoothly. We do need to be a little bit careful as how quickly we release this information. I think even though I don't like it, we call that the drip method. Gradually, slowly, let people acclimatize to this, because it's going to be a shock if we just dumped it all out right now.
That's really interesting, Ben. And one last follow-up question. So you are not in favor of full transparency, give us everything you know. Do you think the American public is ready for that? Is that good for us?
I would say this. I completed some research at Georgetown University specifically on this. The paper's about to be published hopefully soon. I wouldn't say I'm not in favor of full disclosure. I want that. I think we all want that. The problem is it's going to come with a major, what I call reality compromising shift, right? And so you can't just take that and overnight, like an Independence Day, the president come out and tell everyone, not only have we been, contacted, they're here now. That would cause a lot of problems with some people. And so if we want a smooth transition, it needs to be gradual.
Interesting. Okay, I appreciate the perspective. Ben Hansen, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Natasha.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.